Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your life than your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. In addition, you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, this is a big month this month because the collective North Node is changing from North Node in Taurus, South Node Scorpio into North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, and that's going to take place on July 17th. So the whole collective, this affects everybody, and there are going to be some separate videos that I'm going to shoot out the middle of this month that's going to cover what each North Node is learning for this particular nodal shift that's going to take place on July 17th. But for now, this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading. While I'm shuffling, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax, close your eyes if you wish, and open up your heart and mind to any information that could be relevant to you. So I'm going to connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and my guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for everybody with their North Node in Gemini and or the third house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th. And then this side over here represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. Now, obviously, this isn't all that's going to happen in your life this month, but these are the main themes that I'm seeing for to move forward on your North Node soul path. Now, your overall theme card is the Seven of Pentacles, and when I saw this card, has a dual meaning. This not only is waiting patiently for things to grow, but also being patient with different ideas and different situations in life. And what struck me was it's like, coming from, with your North Node in Gemini or the third house, you're coming from your South Node in Sagittarius or the ninth house. And what I got here with this is that this is a lifetime for you to experience lots of different ways of doing things, ways of thinking, ways of being, other people's opinions. And I saw this growing here, and it's almost like, think about how some people, like if you walked into a produce department in a supermarket, and there's all sorts of fruits and vegetables, but you always, like just like apples and potatoes. That's it. Don't want to try anything else. I'm always going to get apples and potatoes. And that's a very like negative Sagittarius South Node type of thing. It's like being really set in one way of doing things, as opposed to branching out. And you could say, wow, you know what? Okay, I really like apples, but man, these grapes look good. They're in season, or, these berries look amazing. And so you're trying different things out. That's what like life is. Life for you is like a produce department where there's different people's different opinions and things like we can learn and experience from the whole produce department, so to speak. Okay. Now, the first half of the month, what I'm seeing your timeline cards are, you've got the Three of Wands reversed, you've got the Four of Wands, and you've got the High Priestess. Now, this first half of the month, what it's telling you to do is there could be like an ability to focus in on your current situation in the moment, okay, whatever that is. It's kind of telling you that um, it's not really good for you this first half of the month to look too forward into the future. This is telling you bring your focus into your life right now at this place and time, and see it where you're at. The number four was um, means stability. It refers to stability and structure. Okay, and also this could be, some of you also could be doing going to celebrations. Um, this situation that's going to happen this first 2 weeks could involve a celebration. It could involve a wedding or some other type of a thing. But the Four of Wands is telling you this is about structuring into this moment in time. This moment is the reality, okay? And that's what it's telling you to focus on. Now, the other timeline card, the High Priestess, is relating the fact that what is happening this first half of the month is about self-empowerment for you, and like kind of using your your intuition. What I feel like is for you with this High Priestess, and your two advice cards are the Queen of Wands upright and the Strength card. I feel like what's happening for you is the first 2 weeks is about somehow an opportunity for self-empowerment. And the way that's going to come about is, think of, as I said before, bringing your focus. Don't think too much about the future or planning or what's going to happen 2 weeks from now or 2 months or 2 years from now. Bring your focus into what's happening now in your life, and the answers are going to come, because I feel like there's going to be some sort of opportunity to for like self-empowerment. And I feel like it's going to come from, the other thing is, I feel like with these cards, the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands and the Strength card, I feel like these are going to be individuals in your life or individual situations that are going to help teach you in some way. And that's the reason why I said don't focus too much on the future, because you could miss this information, okay? Because remember, with your North Node in Gemini or the third house, this is a time to learn from other people and other situations that are like foreign to you and you haven't experienced. So this first 2 weeks, there's not much to do other than the people that are coming into your life, whether they be new or whether they be people you already know. What is it that you can learn from them? Because they're trying to teach you something to get the structure around you in your life straight. It's to help you in some way. So just remember, the first 2 weeks, the thing is, anyone you talk to, anyone that's in your life, what is it that they're saying or doing that you can learn from? Because there's going to be some things that are really going to be able to help you if you pay attention. And if you're not paying attention, you're looking too far forward, you could miss it. Okay. So that's really what this is. It's actually a pretty easy 2 weeks. All you really have to do is focus in on what's going on the first 2 weeks and learn from whatever you can. And I guarantee you, after this month is over, you go back on this reading, and if those of you who are paying attention to what people are saying, you're going to say, you know what, I did learn, at least from one person, but I feel like there's going to be multiple. You're going to say, wow, I did get a new perspective. I learned something, and it's going to be valuable. Okay. So the main thing is pay attention, okay? Pay attention and focus in on this first 2 weeks. Now, the second half of the month, your timeline cards are the reversed King of Wands, the reversed Eight of Wands, and the reversed Eight of Swords. And what I'm seeing here for this is a particular situation where um, I feel like there's going to be a situation that is going to, for a lot of you, it could put a ding in your ego a little bit. Okay, it's going to be a situation that's going to be a little bit, it could be slightly deflating. And it's almost like, because I feel like a lot of you are really kind of flying along on a lot of energy. Okay, you're kind of like, I just see you kind of moving along in your life, or and moving forward, whether it be quickly or steadily. But I feel like this could be a little bit of a ding in on the ego for whatever this situation is. And the reason that this is going to happen is it's it's getting those of you that are still stuck in old patterns, like, you know, going into the produce department and saying, I've always bought potatoes and apples, I'm going to keep buying potatoes and apples. Those of you that haven't broken old patterns, because remember, the card that represents the south node, or the negative aspect of Sagittarius, okay, the south node, is the Hierophant reversed in the Hierophant, okay? And it's like stuck in traditional old patterns. So I feel like whatever happens, there could be a lot of you guys could experience this little like ding in the ego. Here's how to get out of that. You have the Knight of Swords reversed, and you've got the Knight of Cups. Two knights, and they're both, all of the knights are cards of action. But the Knight of Swords is telling you not to rush into a reaction or action too quickly. It's like, this is hold your horses. Like, and this goes along with the reversed Eight of Wands. Don't move too quickly into a reaction. What you want to use, again, we're getting to the High Priestess here, okay, is you want to tap into your intuition, into your heart energy. So you're moving from a mind energy, a mind reaction, into the heart energy, and using your mind and heart together to solve this situation. How can the heart situation help you in this? Okay. Well, when you take this ego, you could step back with this ego hit. Okay. You can step back and say, you know, I can see why this person's doing that. They might have issues on this, or I can see this situation, why this happened. And you're trying to see it from the Knight of Cups is seeing it from their standpoint. It's not justifying that situation or what they did or said. What it's doing is it's showing understanding. And when you show understanding, you're also showing understanding to yourself, because you're looking at it from like a higher perspective. So really what I'm saying here is it's not taking quick action on this. And what the old action could have taken, what could have happened is that with this reversed Eight of Swords, is when you've taken maybe hits to your emotions or your ego before, it could lock you into where, you're into this pattern where this person has put you in an invisible cage. Like, they've gotten you to react, or a situation has gotten you to react in a certain way. And again, that's why I'm saying, like, don't go into these old patterns. Okay, again, but you have the ability to release yourself from this situation. So use your emotional intelligence is what it's saying, seeing it from all aspects. And then most importantly, seeing it from the aspect of, okay, I'm learning that there are lots of ways to see things in life, and that not everybody is going to see things my way. It doesn't mean I have to agree with them. And it doesn't mean that they have to agree with me. We can agree to disagree type of a thing. But the minute you can kind of see, like, some people we can reason with, and situations we can reason with, other ones we can't. But the time that we don't try to force just one point of view, like you must eat potatoes and apples only, as opposed to the whole produce department. um, we say, like, hey, some people like this, some people like that. The minute you open yourself up to that, you're opening up yourself to the wisdom of the high priestess. That that higher heart energy, that higher wisdom and intuition. So I hope this makes sense. But that's what this is. It's an interesting month for you, because it's really getting you to essentially look at life from lots of different angles. It's not just one way to look at things. And above all, like with this situation too, is having the patience to do this, because it takes patience to kind of learn all this stuff. It takes patience to break old patterns. But just remember, when this ego hit takes place, for however it is for each of you, try not to take it to heart too much. Just remember, don't automatically go into an old way of reacting. Think of new ways to handle the situation. It doesn't mean you have to, with Knight of Cups, go soft on the situation. It just means think of different ways. It's like all alternate ways of dealing with it. For each of you, it'll be different. Some people may need to get tough. Some people may need to go soft. Some people, but using that higher heart emotional intelligence will really help you. Okay. So yeah, interesting stuff this month. Yeah, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Reach out to me in the comments if you'd like. I would really love to answer any questions, love to interact. And if you could take a second to just hit that like button, if this reading was helpful to you, it really helps the algorithm. So I thank you for that in advance. And if you would like a personal reading and need to look at your personal soul path and chart, there's going to be a link in the description box below. So many blessings. We'll see you again on some more videos.